What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Doing a little bit of tournament today. Do some grinding. Get this over with. Their dailies. You know what I mean? A lot has changed. A lot of changes coming. The game is interesting right now. I enjoy the game, but the changes are quite frequently happening, and I just wanted to discuss that because the way they're making these changes so quickly, it's going to be hard for people to keep up, right? So they got a new mech, they got 2 new weapons coming. The mech isn't the one we normally usually have or anything like that. The mech that they talked about before coming had a beam type, like type that would go and do damage and heal. Now they're talking about a new mech. It's probably going to be like Scorpion or Sting, called the name or whatever, something like that. But it's completely different than what we thought was coming. Same with the weapons. We talked about they talked about a different type of weapons coming out, and then all of a sudden they're changing it completely, 100%. And then all the changes to the dailies they're gonna do. There's a lot of changes coming, and from the devlog, they're not gonna stop. They're gonna do one in July. They got one coming here soon. It doesn't seem like they're gonna be stop changing things. I understand that like every game needs to evolve to keep up with the times and stuff like that. But I think it's moving a little too fast. I think people are so used to that 2-year span of no changes and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden a great update. You know what I mean? We've came accustomed to that type of change. The changes weren't so quickly, and I think they finally made a decision to make huge amounts of changes. Some of it may be a cash grab, some of it may be they think it'd be more popular if there was more access to rewards and stuff like that. I just don't know which direction they're trying to go. Is it the cash grab, or are they actually trying to bring people and players into the game to be more popular? I have no clue. What's up, Galaxy MD? Nixon, what's up, bro? Let's go. Waiting for a long time. No kidding, man. I'm happy to be back. I am gonna be switching it up, so I'm still gonna do Mech Arena content and everything. We're still gonna hang out and do some hangar reviews, and I'll do some other things. But I'm also gonna be playing other games as well. So last night I streamed the Division Resurgence. It's a really good game. It's on iOS, Android, and PC right now. It's a fun game. I enjoy it. I've always liked the Division series, Division 1, Division 2. They brought out a couple other types of divisions that they kind of cut off and was like, no, we're not going to go this route. We're going to go a different route. And this Resurgence is pretty good. And you can also play with your friends on all all platforms. So you can play with people from Android, iOS, PC. It's cross-platform. It's easy. It's nice. Goes, what's going on? Come on. Chat, smash that like button. I appreciate that, dude. Sentinel was already a pain. Now new mech coming. Yeah, on Citadel. In my opinion, Citadel is not going to be that great. You're taking 20% of its health, 20% of its speed, 20% of its ability duration away. It's not going to be as impactful as it has been since it came out. Okay? You're going to be able to kill this thing while it's in its ability. It's going to be quite squishy. So would I invest in Citadel? Yes and no. Depends on how you're going to play it. I would not be trying to push with it as much as anything, but I would definitely use it as a defense mech. It would work really well that way. Let's see here. Ryan Gemini is meta. I won't complain. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's some builds that completely still work and everything. Still, my favorite mech right now is Deathwalker Hornets. Yes, Deathwalker can be crashed by Outlaw, blah, 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 and stuff. But I still love this build. It's so universal. It can get lace wings. It can get kills. You can shoot around objects. It's just universal all around. Like all around good mech. It's good. It's good. Bro, check out this hanger. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Thunder Reaper. Oh, man. It's been a long time since I've seen your hanger and everything. Which one are we looking at? I would assume we're looking at this one for CPC. Not bad. Not bad at all. I would go get the multi-shield for this. The Mimicker. Multi-layer shield. You definitely have to get it. This ain't bad. In Charge Rocket 16 with 4. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Look at the implants. You do need... The only ones you need for this one is... I like the damage and I like the speed. So you get more speed from the Charge Rocket. I do enjoy that one a lot. Let's see here. Got reload and splash. Good choices. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Solus is getting nerfed, so might want to rethink that or play it just a little bit different. Outlaw with Geminis. You get Gemini damage, Gemini reload. Not a bad setup. Looks like you're working on getting some pilots as well. I would recommend getting a pilot from each category. Maybe not artillery, but the rest of the categories, I would definitely get a pilot from each. That's legendary. And that will help your progression, like, down the road. Because the sooner you can get your legendary pilots, the easier the game becomes later on. Because basically, you're going to be able to evolve those pilots and max them out. You know what I mean? See here, we got a Reaver and an Overdriver. You got Reaver damage and Overdriver burnout. Interesting combination. I haven't played with too many of these combination type deals or whatever. This one seems pretty interesting, the thermal. See, back in the day, thermal used to be huge. You do a combination of thermal plus a different weapon and do tons of damage. Nowadays, I don't know how well it works. you might want to let us know. Deathwalker beams, definitely a great build. You have, yeah, perfect setup, perfect setup, perfect setup. Nice. Well done, Thunder Ripper. Thunder Reaper, my bad, my bad, my bad. Not bad. Nerfing Deathwalker, Eclipse, Surge with lots of free-to-play players bought after months of grinding. Yeah, and then they nerfed Hemlock, Solus, which were best legendaries for free-to-play players, releasing new mechs. So the direction is going wrong way. You could say it's going in the wrong way. It's a 50-50 toss-up, bro. I'm serious. Like, so free to play, you've been able to get a lot of free stuff in the ECRs and everything, fairly easy and everything, which is unusual. They've been giving away weapons and stuff like that in season pass. If you just spend like $10, you know, you get some free good stuff. Like this one had, I got the compound being 12, but it had other stuff too. It's had the berserker and everything. So you can say 50-50. So on one side of it's good, one side's bad. But also every game's going to have little ups and downs with updates and everything. It's a tossy. It's a toss up, man. It's just like flipping a coin. Is it good or bad for each person? It can be good. It can be bad for some people, depending on how their play style is. But excuse me. I will say this: the one good thing that I think the tournament is a good thing. Once you get past all the, you know, the fluff and stuff, because the matchmaking is a little weird at the beginning. Once you get past that, it seems to be really good. The matchmaking's pretty on point after the initial start. So a week or two after the start of the tournament, it kind of evens out. It's not as bad. Mm-hmm. You think Sentinel's gonna get nerfed? Sentinel's already gonna get nerfed. This is a huge nerf to Sentinel. Mm-hmm. So this was like, I'm noticing a pattern. They're launching new mechs like Dread, Blizz, Sentinel. They nerf it so the rich guys have no way but to buy new mechs, then maintain their position, and this continues. I do notice that when Citadel came out, right? Citadel came out, they had immediately a reward system, right? This reward system basically would max it out almost completely until that last level. So you got the credits, you got the A coins, you got the blueprints, all of it to almost max it completely out just by buying it when it was early. Problem with that is the ECR for it and everything was $100, right? If you bought every single one to get it. There is no gambling when you're doing this. When you're doing ECRs, it is a complete gamble, but it's rigged. It's rigged. I'll say it. It's completely rigged. It's completely rigged. Mimicker not not be good in TDM, then why using? I don't know. I don't use Mimicker. I'm guessing you're talking to somebody else. What up, Malnor? What's going on, bud? Great to have you back, bud. Good to be back. It's good to be back. Galaxy MD, you may like the devlog, you may not like the devlog. They have suggested that there's going to be many changes to happen. Many changes. Some to like your dailies. They're going to change up the daily stuff. Yeah, it's a toss up whether you like it or not. Am I reading them 2.5 minutes later? Well, I gotta talk and then I come back to chat and relax, you know what I mean? Been good, it's been good, it's been good. Yeah, new spider mech and 2 weapons. The spider looks like more like a scorpion. It's interesting. I did see that too, Nixon. PC players will get now extra rewards, which is interesting to me because this game has always been a mobile game, and to give PC players more rewards is kind of a slap in the face to the mobile players, right? I that's the way I look at it. It's like you shouldn't just give people certain rewards just because of the platform you're on. Come on now, that's unfair. You're watching from school right now. You're watching it on your teachers. That's hilarious. Ah, man. What? I mean, it's at the end of the year, right? So you guys are just hanging out, watching movies and all kinds of stuff. That's what you thought, and then I watched it. Yes, poor mobile players can't use charge rockets on small screen. It is very difficult to use charge rockets. I tried it last week using charge rockets on my phone. Man, it was super difficult. I had to use an extra finger to actually play. So I had to lay it down and like use it like a computer, like a keyboard. That's the way I had to play. It was very strange to do. What up, S12? How's it going, doing? What's up, Asphalt? How you been, bud? Long time no see. Oh yeah, it's been a long time. Looks like you changed your name, S12. You changed your name. Now how am I supposed to recognize you? How am I supposed to know who you are? The new heavy duty weapon is another hold the trigger button. Yeah, for sure. They're getting into this complicated area of mechanics over just straight playing the game like normal. It's different. It's different. This is like for real. When I'm pooping, I drop MU, my phone, in the toilet sometimes while using charge rockets. But I've also played PC. that is that is funny, dude. I'm still on the free to play account plan. Yeah, dude. Like that's the way to go if you're really gonna want to play this game. I really like if I wanted to start over and play free to play and everything, I'd probably just 6-star stuff and not upgrade past that. Like I wouldn't upgrade anything past just the 6-star. I've been good. What about you? No, my name is still the same. That's not with all caps like before. Oh no, I was talking about S12. S12 changed his name. I wasn't talking about you, Asphalt. Like it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've been chat banned for 5 months, bro. What did you do? You're good, Asphalt. You're good, dude. Give me free any everything, dude. It would be nice to get some good rewards and everything, but it's gonna be very difficult for anybody to get rewards anymore. Like, I think this is arena playoff. What's the objective? Basically, play and earn points and stuff. It's gonna be difficult. This guy seems to be playing a crap ton. 185. That 185. I mean, this guy burrow beams. So he's playing a lot of close range. He's playing a lot of tournament. Wanting to play FFA a lot. But this is also used to be like a meta hanger. Plus he's tanking. Okay. Sort of tanking. I'll found being 6-star on a 3-star soundboard. So he is tanking sort of max pilots, low level stuff. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. You were arguing with a player who said Lancer is bad. I have Max Lancer, so I was defending, and I'm banned, dude. So I'm guessing you said some bad words in there. So I would suggest next time you argue or whatever, I would say, hey, we strongly disagree. I wouldn't completely start cussing at somebody, but I would try to not, use curse words or hate speeches or anything like that. Just try to defend your position without. Me personally, I just stay away from the chats. The chats are pretty toxic. Same with the Mech Arena Discord server. It's pretty toxic. You got moderators even for the Discord server that are very toxic. They try to troll. They do this trolling thing, which really irritates me. One of the reasons that I didn't probably try my best to become a moderator in the Mech Arena Discord server is all the trolling going on. So yeah, I have screenshots of it, but I'm not going to share it. It's really disturbing. We got Tetra rifles on Lace Wing. You got the range on the Tetris. I would probably want the damage one over the range, because the range on it is pretty good. 130 already. So you wouldn't want the range anymore on it. Maybe on some areas of maps and stuff. Eclipse Revoker is still pretty good. It's just Eclipse is a little bit more squishy now. Not a bad thing though. Revokers. I was trying to look because a lot of people should have got burrow beams for fairly cheap, if not for free. So I see a lot of people being able to get them. We got damage. That's all you need is damage, cooldown, boom, and then dash distance. I like that. Got a lot. And then we got Storm Rex on Deathwalker. You got the ability cooldown. You got the ability duration. Perfect. You got the damage. Some people may want to use damage. Some people may want to use the splash range. It kind of depends on the map. And then you got cooldown. Everybody needs to cooldown for Storm Rex. Awesome. Awesome build. Awesome build. And you just got damage over here. I would rather have the reload instead of damage if I only had one implant. But you got to deal with what you work with and everything. And this is a free-to-play hanger. This is pretty decent. I liked it a lot. Pretty nice. Oh, looks like you're having a good time with it. Definitely have a good time with it. I mean, you got the 3 here. Not bad, not bad. What's the highest damage? Is 4 mil. That's pretty good, pretty good. You got 30,000 kills. Jeez. Not bad, bro. Not bad. Doing good. Yeah, Vessel, you must have said something really bad. SP dropping is still alive, yes. It's gone away a little bit. Not to the point where it's going to change everyday gameplay. Asphalt, check out his hanger. Do hanger reviews right now before we get into Poor Noob. We got Dreadnought burrow beams. Not bad. Not bad at all. You get Tetra rifles on Orion. He does have the shield piercing. That is my man. That is my man. Shield piercing. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. You can play with these weapons. You could put in all kinds of different weapons and it still work. You got some berserkers on here. These are mostly a close range weapon. Just because of how the spread works. So at first it's like it's shooting straight on and then it spreads out even more and more. It becomes harder to hit your target if you're further away, which I don't like that mechanic of the weapon. I never have, but it can do some good damage. Interesting. Burrow Beam Dreadnought. Most of the time, we don't see burrow beams on this. We see a little bit of different strategy on that. But still, I would think that would work. You got the burrow beam implants, and then the wipeout cooldown, which is a good idea. Good idea. And you got Guardian Gemini's, Gemini damage, Gemini reload. Awesome. Awesome, man. And plus you have the multi-layer all across the board. Very good builds. You don't really need, I wouldn't use the range, but that's my own personal opinion. I think you would want more of a cooldown instead of this range. But looking good, dude. Hanger's looking great. Looking great. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't wait for the Redox buff. And it looks interesting. The Redox buff looks interesting. It could be good, or it could just make it average. Because right now Redox is way below average. Do you think high level players bait players and ban them? Like the other day, a few 19k SP players banned a guy with 3-day old count. Like, why? Are you guys see? That's where the toxicity comes in. I don't know. It might have, because if anybody you can see those chats, so it might not have been those 19k people turning it in. Anybody sees those chats. Like if anybody sees it, takes a picture of it, sends it in to Discord to report, whatever. Anybody can send that stuff in. So I don't know if it may be the 19 guys, but it also could be somebody else. So you kind of watch what you say in chats and everything. Use damage on the arc because you're broke. Everybody's broke, man. We're all broke. We're all in this together. We need a new legendary female missile pilot named Queen Sadel. Basically, she would be a goth girl with pink hair and stockings and say ooh after every kill. Pink heart animation will pop up. Jeez, dude, you put in some thought on that. You really thought about something on that one. All right, max Redox. Now it's time for Redox to shine. Yeah, a lot of people did. There's some people that didn't never get it. I don't have Redox at all. Review my hanger, but doesn't give Raza. You say review my hanger and then not give me your ID. That is kind of crazy. Is the battle pass worth it? I think it's still worth it. It's still probably the best deal in the game. You're getting implants. You're getting higher tier weapons. You at least getting like 10s and 12s. I still think it's a really good deal, not only just for those things, but for the resources it gives you over time. They're really good. Plus, to have this credit stash of 400k come in at the end of the season is really good. Like, can't complain with that. The devlog uploaded 1 hour ago. Yeah. Are my comments not sending? I don't know. I see them, but I just don't. I don't reply to them right as you say them. So like you'll have to wait a few seconds or a minute or two because I'm talking in between. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. My eyes are. Yes, I'm paying attention to chat, but also I'm trying to discuss other things as well. Yes, that 420 chat, that is the most toxic. We'll take a look at it actually. Let's get in here. See here. See, now they're having, you're being good people, y'all, wake and bake and engaged. But I'm sure before too long, we'll see some bad chatter in there. You would have put guided on Salvar, but it doesn't have enough energy capacity. So for now, I'm just rocketing assault weapons. Okay, understandable, understandable. Let me do some chaos VRO. Huh? Oh, the abusive chats. 6333. Well, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to these chats and stuff, but I'm sure before too long we'll see some trolling. It's over already? What? Why don't they add all pilots 360-degree view like Mechs? That is a good question. So it moves. Oh, probably because they don't want you checking out their butts and stuff. Or how big their bus size is or something. You know what I mean? They move the back around instead of the pilots. We need some goon bait. Bro, like I'm starving. I don't know, dude. Like I don't get into the drama stuff. We need more epic weapons and mechs. I'm getting tired of seeing legendary stuff. So for that, they're not going to be bringing out any more epic stuff or anything, because those are just basically progression path type of weapons and mechs. They do want people to get the legendary, and I think they've worked on it a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to start investing into the legendary stuff. It's very hard because the prices are so high, like 9,000 for some of these mechs and stuff, or close to $1 million of credits. It is a little daunting. I think that if they lowered that to let's say, I'd say like 7,000, it'd be a little bit different. But also a lot of people are saving up for ECRs and everything like that. So if you're saving, like I've always said, to go ahead, do your research, you know your play style, figure out the 5 mechs you want to run and the 5 weapons you would like to have on them, and only work on those things, and you'll progress 10 times faster than just buying up a bunch of stuff. Let's focus in on your main hangar and go from there. Go from there. I've heard the writing fight before saying some bad stuff. The chat doesn't censor it. I don't know. Sometimes they censor stuff that shouldn't even be censored. Who knows? Malnor, can I get 1 million credits, please? I wish I could, dude. I wish I could. But I am a budget gamer, just like, you know, most people that watch me, really. Imagine having a caring, loving, rich CEO wife, and you just play games home all day, and she gives you $3,000 to spend on games. I'd rather make the money myself. I don't need no CEO wife. I want a good wife. The CEO wives are gonna have their own agendas and everything, not really taking care of the family as much. They'll just throw money at it, just like some men will do too. But I wouldn't want that. I'm a family person by heart, so I love taking care of my family and having a good time with my family, spend time with them. What do I need to improve in my hangar? I'm going to get Solus plus second copy of the Storm Rack 12. I'd probably hold off on the Solus unless you really, really, really want it. But and I probably wouldn't even invest in burrow beams. So I would go with Storm Rex, Burrow Beams if you have them. Um, Charge Rockets are really good, but are very difficult to use on mobile. I really like Hornets, but you need the 16 to make it really good. What else we got? Let's see here. Good weapons. I would stay away from the assault weapons. Not very good. Hornets good. Storm Rex good. Charge Rockets are good. This place is like they're full of good stuff. Like even Blast RPGs are gonna get a buff here soon, so they're gonna even hit harder than what they already do. I would stay away from the particle beam, the compound beam. Yes and no. It's very situational. Burrow beam is good right now. Revoker's pretty decent. They're still a good weapon. Repeaters are not too bad. Howlers depends on how you use them, like specific, strategies and everything. I wouldn't recommend anything here. Maybe the rail guns if you use them on Orion or something. Other than that, nothing. Geminis are good. Savants are good, but you can't count on them to do what they want all the time. Strike rockets are pretty decent. Of course, pod guns are good. Suppressors are also pretty decent. Wouldn't recommend any of these other ones. Chain gun is actually getting a buff as well, so I'm interested in seeing what happens to that. Is it going to put out enough damage to really outperform miniguns? Who knows? Who knows? So those are the weapons I would. What is going on, Vessel? Dude, you must be tripping, dude. Like you're a 7-foot alpha, red eyes, Sigma male, and your trillionaire wife is feeding you at home. Dude, you should write this stuff down and start writing a story. Write this stuff down, dude. Write this stuff down. Don't give up on dreams or whatever. But this is interesting. You play all day. You have like 12 abs and 30-inch biceps. Imagine that fantasy like in a girl's book. Dude, I'm telling you, you might be an author. Who knows? Who knows? You might need to check that out. All right. We got Brahmini. I don't know how to say that name. It's all one word. So 9848, whoever that is. Malice. We got Malice here. We do have the Railgun and Orion, which is nice. Storm Rex on Outlaw. I do love the Blitz. The Blitz is really good mech. It's becoming more common to be viable and used long term. So this, I believe, Blitz is meta. You get the Tetra rifles on here. You got some good implants. Holy cow. And you do have the grip radius. I do recommend having grip radius for the Blizzrots. Looks like you need some cooldown implants. You do need the shield piercing implant for Orion. It's 600 A-coins, dude. And it'll last you forever. Like one of the best implants to buy for 600 A-coins in the game completely. We got Outlaw here. We got Flash and Damage. You really need to reload for Storm Rex. That's where you can put out some more damage a lot more frequently. And then you got the compound beams on here, which isn't a bad build. Like, don't get me wrong here and everything, but surge dash distance, not bad, not bad. Yeah, that's a pretty good hanger, dude. I have pretty much the 5 max of weapons I want. I'm just grinding. I'm 348 points away from getting my Salver to 4-star. Nice, dude, nice. Just a couple of days of the tournament. You'll get there. Why are a few people leaving their clans? I have been noticing. Well, I'll speak for Crank. We've had quite a few people leave. We got quite a few empty spots here, and that's because the 2 people, me, myself, and Dur, that run the competitive aspect of it, Dur completely left the game, and then I am stepping back. I'm not going to be as competitive anymore. Of course, I'm going to play the game competitively, but like, I'm not going to do tournaments and stuff like that anymore. And the reason I'm doing that is just because of the fact that most tournaments are skewed and everything. So I'm not going to be joining a lot of the tournaments because a lot of people are account sharing or playing 50 accounts, and it's just, or they play with whoever can play those accounts at the time. There's a lot of account sharing, which is bull crap. Like, that's one thing I think the game really needs to get a handle on. I know they won't, but I think the account sharing problem at the end game is the biggest problem. Other than that, it's perfectly fine. Like, I love the competitive aspect of this game. It's just when you go into a tournament and everything, you don't know who exactly is playing that account that's on the opposite team. Just like the MHQC. The MHQC, you don't know who's playing those accounts. It could be anybody. So it's like, I don't even know how the MHQC got even sponsored when they're against account sharing in the first place, but everybody does it for the MHQC. It's bad. Like, if you were going to do that, you might as well sponsor the Mech. You might as well sponsor the mall. You could sponsor Kings of Mech Arena. Like, if you were going to do that, I'm not putting Kings of Mech Arena in there as like account sharing and stuff like that, because at least it's within the clan and it's not all over the place, like, you know, Vox playing, you know, other people's accounts, or, you know, I'm playing freaking for Void or something. It's not like that. So it's completely within the clan, which is awesome. So it stops the account sharing to a point. Now for MHQC, you have no clue who's playing those accounts. It could be anybody. Now, if Mech Arena would actually get into, like, just have somebody running competitive gameplay or something like that, and actually checking in on shared accounts and blah blah blah, and run a tournament like it's supposed to, it would be amazing. Or like if like Mech Arena wanted to sponsor the KMA, the Kings of Mech Arena, dude, it would be freaking awesome. That I would be so grateful. Would be awesome. Oh, why did he leave the game, bro? Because he doesn't like the changes, frequent changes. So, as I was talking about before, so they did a rebalance already, right? Now they're doing another one. They're doing a rebalance with the 5th. So, in what, a little over a week or whatever, they're doing another rebalance. Then there's talks about another change in the games in July. So all these changes are happening so quickly that people are not able to adjust without spending a crap ton of money in competitive play. Asphalt, if you wanted to join the clan, you got to talk to Hold My Beer. Hold My Beer is the gatekeeper of the clan. So if you want to join, that's all up to him. And you got to be a little bit active in the clan. I don't know. I just got a storm reload implant while watching your stream. Legendary. Woo! That's freaking awesome, dude. Kind of wish I gave you some good luck on that one. Yeah, some good luck. Riptor, he was a good player. Yes, he was. You miss Zibby? Dude, Zibby was awesome. Zibby was awesome, dude. I don't know why he couldn't, just say sorry and then move on from what he did. And nothing would have happened. He's a cool dude. Why he leave? As I just said, should I prefer duplicating Storm Rank 10 or upgrading Surge rank? So, that's a toss-up. You gotta have. So I would upgrade mechs first, and then go after weapons. But then again, you upgrade your mech, you may not have weapons to use on it. So I would make sure you have the weapons upgraded to the level of what you're going to use it on. And then upgrade the mech itself so you at least can use the weapons. Galaxy. Can you make a guide for Blizzfrost? I'm not gonna make a guide for it. Like, I only do live streams. I don't really make videos very well. I've tried. It just takes too much time, and for me, anyways, because I'm kind of perfectionist. Doing videos is very tough on me because of the fact that I want everything to be perfect, and it's very hard to do that. Now, I did try to do like some daily vlogs where I kind of just came on and talked about what I wanted to talk about in the game and just play some games and end it there. The videos didn't do very well. I may start maybe do something like that before. It's just like a one simple take, and I say what I say and then I'm done. You know what I mean? I like that. But for Blizzfrost and everything, I do like this ice grip radius. The radius is what helps tremendously next to the cooldown as well. I love this combination. The radius is so helpful because most people are going to be thinking, oh, he's only got like 30 meters, that he can Blizzfrost me or whatever. And then you catch them off guard. They just get inside that 40 meters and you're like, boom, get them. And then you just destroy them. That's one thing that I love about the Blizzfrost. Surge, you're dashing in. So with Surge anymore, I would not dash in not knowing what's behind him or anything like that. This is an opportunity of getting smoked by players that are helping him. So if you were going to dash in on anything, it would be more mech specific and try to avoid those conflicts of dashing in, not knowing what's behind them. So you want to use it wisely now. You don't want to just dash in to be dashing in. Valid crash out though. Already made lots of guys for Blitz Process, so go check out my post. Yeah, MD does a lot of videos on guides and stuff like that. He's pretty good. Better at me than making videos. What happened to Zippy, bro? Did he leave too? Yeah, I don't know where he went. He just unfriended everybody, left the clan, unfriended everybody, and disappeared. Wait, what? Upgrading a mech rank and getting strong rank 10 using different currency. I didn't say that. I have no clue what happened to Zibby. He just up and left. You don't have ability duration on Surge? Nope. I went straight damage for the burrow beams. It is sad. It is sad. You know, you spend some time with them and get to know people, and then all of a sudden they just vanish, you know what I mean?
Three, two, one, go.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna get blocked. Yeah, it seems to happen all the time. Who are we playing with? Oh, we got the beacon control. They have to push. Oh. Got me. Wouldn't it, if I did move back, he would have still got me. We're gonna try to do this. Counter that. We can. There he is. Hi. He's one tap. So thank you. Oh no, that was another guy. Right, we'll take care of this guy. Get out of here. He's toast. You're toast. I think we're close to even. Yeah, we won. They had a late push. They should have pushed earlier. But they went for kills instead. All right, Vessel. Take it easy, bud. Appreciate it. No, I'm talking about the person just asked, should they get Storm 10? I'm saying they both use different currency. What's my main hangar look like? Or whose main hangar? Who are you talking about? Oh, so Zura, Raza, you might be underage, so you're not able to send your full ID. You have to put spaces in between or something to break it up. Oh, mine. Okay, we'll take a look at it here in a second. Check out the mini map where everybody lays. Okay, we got a guy right here. So he killed me after. So this is the guy, the only guy we have to worry about, right? Ooh, I'm in the middle of this. And of course, he's got the builds for this. I don't. That's all right. We will. And the bot screwed it up. The bot screwed it up. Or is that somebody with a bot name? Couldn't steal that one. That was fun.
You have won the match.
Just barely got the win, but we did our best. You like to create a match and play tournaments instead of playing FFA, which is understandable. FFA is more of who can steal kills, who can, it's not really, it's just brawling, basically. Nothing special to it. You just gotta outperform somebody else by stealing kills, and, it doesn't really mean anything to me. But CPC, 5v5, I don't even like 5v5. I like CPC a lot. I think I have a theory. I have a theory. This is my main. Or no, that's not my main. It is my main. So I switch in between the top one and the middle one, depending on whether I want to have a lace wing in or not. But I really like this one more. So, as I was saying and everything, I can't even remember what I was thinking about. How long is the stream going to be for? I don't know. How long have we been going? I gotta at least finish tournament. At least finish tournament. You can't play tournament because it's so weak. I don't use no. Normally I don't use Deathwalker Stormwreck. I use the Hornet. As I was saying earlier, this is by far my favorite build to play right now. I've only been going for an hour and 10 minutes. A little bit longer. I just got to be able to finish tournament. Do my dailies, basically. Doing my dailies. Just reading some space. Getting my keys. Gonna do my best. You can't play tournament with the new changes they did to it. I'm too weak. Well, as you progress up it, yeah. But also, if you do play it and everything, it'll rightfully put you in the competition you want, anyways. So, like rankings and stuff like that. So, if you started in Master 1, right, and you lose some matches, you're going to gradually drop down into the area that suits you the most. The problem is, like, if they keep restarting this and you end up being in Master 1 all the time, I think it should start off kind of where you were in the first place. So if you made it to Grand Masters last tournament, then it should start you in Masters 3 again for the next tournament. Or if you started in Master 1 but ended up being Expert 2, you should start in Expert 3. It should be that way. It shouldn't revert back to everybody just starting in Master 1 or 3 or wherever. It should whichever one you finished with. Like if you finished in professional, should start you in professional 3. That would make things much simpler, in my opinion. I don't know how many people started in Master 1, but there was a crap ton of people that started in Master 1. I don't really play Hangar Showdown anymore. Um, Playing with bots or other people usually is horrible. The matchmaking is terrible. Or not the matchmaking, but the bots they put with you are terrible, or you get put up with some random person that's not very good, and it's just not good at League One. Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. So, that being said, Asphalt, they made the bot stronger so us free to play can't progress. I think, and this is my theory, this is my conspiracy theory, okay? The bots in this game and everything, the updates they are about to make or wanting to make and everything, I think, this is my theory, that they already have the update in them. So like when you're getting hit by blast RPGs and everything, they already have the boosted damage that they're going to get in the update. I think they're using the bots as a test server basically, and reevaluating they're rebalancing the game by using the bots. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it does seem to be like that, because when you get hit by blast RPGs, my blast RPGs don't do that much damage, but the bots with them is crazy damage. I would have to look back at the footage and stuff on that, and it just seems that's what it's happening. Like the Redux and everything is doing a little bit more damage. It's just crazy looking. I don't know if it's true or not, but it does seem something like that. You wish there was a bracket lower system, so if you are in a bracket you are not supposed to be, you can go down. That's what I'm talking about. It's like the fairness of the brackets and stuff. If you finished in professional or whatever, you should be starting the next tournament in professional 3, not going back to wherever everybody's starting at, which I think was Masters. I don't know how they do that. I don't know where did you guys start in this tournament? Did you guys start in Masters, or did you guys start in Expert, Professional, or anywhere else? You know, like I would assume that if you got Grandmaster last time, you probably started at Master 1 like I did. It'd be nice if you reviewed my hanger. It would be nice, wouldn't it? We just got to talking, dude. We just got to chit chatting, and I completely misses my mind. 506951116. Dingus Dongus. Is that you? Let's review it real quick. Okay, Orion shield piercing implant, 600 A coins, and Orion is OP. Okay, so that's the number one thing I'm gonna say. Yeah, this one's your bigger hanger. Gemini's on Salvor is pretty decent. Damage and reload is what you need. The heal shot, it can help. Because you got the overdrivers on this. I would probably... I see you got pod guns on Tengu. And you got a max Tengu? I don't even have a max Tengu. But pretty good implants for it, though. You get the laser swing. Jump distance. That's good because you need that. You got the reload. You have the damage. If you're able to aim very well, damage is pretty good. If you know you're trying to splash or something like that, the splash radius is better, depending on how you use it. And sometimes map too. Looks like you have multi-layer shields on all of them. That's a good start. I like the Geminis on Salvar. And I see a lot of people are using these Tetra rifles. Was somebody making a video on Tetra rifle or Orion or something? Am I missing something here? You and me both, Mounter. I think it's crazy to use a full salvo of 16s and it didn't feel like you do any damage. This is a pretty good hanger for 6K. This is not bad, not bad. You should be looking to remove Tengu and put something in there. I don't know what all you have, but this is the mech I would be removing if I was you, and moving on to something else. Maybe a blitz, maybe a surge, because you don't have anything that's super fast in your hangar, so you do need a beacon runner. You need at least one beacon runner. I suggest two mechs to have beacon runners, and then the rest can be, just like you have here. Support. You have quite a bit of support in your hangar, because none of them are really beacon runners. But other than that, pretty good for 6K. Impressive. Galaxy MD, you're promoting Tetra rifle. It cooks. I don't know where this trend of hooked or started or whatever, but it's interesting. I'm like an older fella, so like seeing cooked, I don't even think of being good or anything like that. I don't even think of that. It's interesting. It's a new trend or whatever going around and everything. I've never thought of it that way. So I guess I'm just old school. What up, Indian boy? How's it going, bud? Let's see. We check out his hangar. What are we doing over here? India. Okay, so he's got an old school meta and new school meta mix in here, so he's keeping up with the times. And then he just has other mechs that he has in other hangars. Okay, understandable. So he's got storm racks on here. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect implants. Revokers on that one. I don't think you need the range. So I would want a cooldown here so I can use my ability more often. Blizz Frost, you got the Burrow Beam damage, you got the mag size, good combination. And you got the grip duration and the grip cooldown. I like the grip cooldown. Not too fond of the duration, but it can work and everything. I would rather have radius. I did run it like that for a while. It worked, but then it didn't work sometimes because they can still shoot you while they're in that ability. And you got radius, you got range over here, duration, cooldown, damage. The phase cloak speed, I would probably want to put in here for this one so I could run around a little bit faster. Then we got Gemini's on Outlaw, pretty good build. You do have the foul playing range is what you need. Maybe a higher implant than those, maybe an epic or a legendary one. The epic one will do just fine. The legendary one's just like a little bit longer. It's not much longer than the epic one. So this is good. You got range on this. I would probably want the cooldown for the Gemini instead of the range because it has pretty good range as it is. Nice hanger though. You got some implants on here too, bud. Nice. Now I do recommend getting. So I recommend getting the legendary mods, all except for the canopy. So here, this one. So instead of just like you did here, you did the perimeter ML, the hardened hull, the galvanic. I recommended getting the gold or legendary version or whatever they call it. I can't remember. They don't really say. Okay. But this one, canopy can be purple. That's the only one that I would suggest to get a purple one. The rest of them need to be gold. Not a bad hanger, bud. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. How many mods do I have for my YouTube? Just a couple. Just a couple. Some of them show up, some don't show up. Play some tourney. I am playing tourney. Really need Salvador, my favorite mech. Well, if you really like Salvador, then get it. Get it. It's a good mech. You just have to play it right. Your Blizz Frost cooks. It's good. That's good. That's good. What do you think about the new attacker mech? Are you talking about the one they just talked about in the devlog? We're gonna have to see it to believe it, you know what I mean? Hey Artemis, how's it going, bud? Can you be a mod for my YouTube? We'll see. We'll see. Like, I'm gonna be streaming all kinds of different games here soon. So like last night I streamed the Division Resurgence, and then I'll still be streaming Mech Arena content as well. So I think the Division I'll do more late night type thing, and then Mech Arena I'll keep to my normal schedule for Mech Arena. Thanks, but I have all mechs on game except Sentinel. Can I exchange any mech in my hangar? Well, I mean, you could. Like, depends on your play style, though. Like, I don't want to suggest something that's not in your play style. So I don't know if you're like a heavy attacker, so you're up front lines all the time, or are you a mid player, so you're like you attack but you stay back a little bit, or are you like a support type, so you want to stay behind your friends and help your teammates win the battle? I don't know how your playstyle is. So I can't really suggest something that I don't really know. Can you please do customs? I'm not doing any customs. And I'm trying to do the dailies, so I'm trying to do my tournament, get this over with. I got 6 more battles. And we're doing hangar reviews in between. How to use Hornets. So you don't really have to unload your whole thing, flipping time and everything. So I'll show you a little bit. So Surge is one of my beacon runners. I know I'm gonna lose this mech. I'm gonna try to do my best with it, but I'm also not gonna be afraid to lose it. Didn't get that kill. Oh crap. They're pushing heavy on middle. Get the middle, get the middle. No, 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 no. Okay, here we go. I like shooting one at a time. You don't really have to do it like this. Can I aim in there? Yeah, I can. I'm not too worried about this guy. I can't aim. I'll go down the other side then. You ever played disc launchers? That's how I play with.
You have 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, should have reloaded. When you're up for close and personal, you kind of have to. I'll get my Sentinel out to kick his butt here a second. Oh, you blocked me. Oh, dang.
There is one behind.
That's hard. I couldn't hit him. What just happened right there? Did you see that? I it just automatically stopped and it didn't shoot?
Minutes remaining.
What the hell was that? How am I losing?
Defeat.
What? Wow. GG's. Raju, yeah. Good to see you too, bud. 14 and 2. How in the world did that happen? My bots didn't do crap. That's alright. The hitbox with the Hornet is crazy. Hits everything. Yeah, dude, it's got a little bit of splash to it. Can you use pod guns against Deathwalker and deal damage after it resurrects? I don't really know. I don't really use pod guns. Hi bro, what's up? Compound beam AMPs you and charges will reload automatically. What the fuck? See, that's the problem with the charge rockets. That's what irritates me is like, if I loaded it and everything, why is an EMP unloaded? It should just stop it from shooting, right? It shouldn't completely reload it and everything. So like, I can understand like if an outlaw does it or a guardian or somebody like that, but an EMP is just a stun. It's not. It's not the ability itself. Hmm. See, this one says the table. Let's go to has two fire modes, deal damage in beam mode to apply stasis to enemy and charge up a pulse mode. When ready, a pulse mode emits a fan space blast that deals increased damage and applies a short EMP. So the EMP shouldn't make me reload my weapons. It should just stop me in place. So it's shutting down the system and everything. So you're not able to shoot or move or anything like that. Just like a surge, right? Yeah, EMP debuff to enemies. So you're saying if I get stunned by if a surge dashes up on me, it resets the ammo as well? That's stupid. The blast EMP does the same thing. See that the mechanics of charge rockets are completely screwed up. I don't believe that should be the way they should be working. And maybe it'll take 6 months before they realize they messed up on it, and then they'll do another rebalance. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe? It shouldn't. it shouldn't interrupt the weapon. Like, it shouldn't make you reload. If that was the case, then there should be some other weapons that should do the same thing. So if I get EMP'd, it should send everything into reload. Like, it shouldn't do one without the other. You know what I mean?
Three, two, one, go. Get out of my way.
And no one's complaining about it. I am. I will complain about it all day long. There's another eclipse. And I can't do everything. Like, I got this side locked down. Odd gun eclipse. So basically, they're just going for kills. Saw somebody. Boom. Get out of the way. Thank you for blocking that. Ooh, the bot's healing me. Sweet Jesus. Uh-oh. I got the beacon back. It's okay. We get a large lead. I think we win this no matter what.
There is one minute left.
Yeah, we win that easy. Nah, we disagree, MD. We disagree. Like the charge rockets don't do that much damage. Um, and an EMP should just shut down the system, not affect the reload. It shouldn't make it go into reload. Yeah, I can review your hanger. Hold on. We'll try every weapon rebalance, but I can't make assumptions now. Well, you just did. You said chain guns will still be. Nah. You just did. You just did, bro. It is true. Chain guns are going to be a little bit stronger, but maybe still not effective just because of you have to be in line of sight with a mech. And I don't like the line of sight of mechs and stuff. He's got this one. He's got this one. He's got this one. I don't like the disc launchers, so I don't think that one would be your main hanger. I would think it'd be more like probably this one would be more of your main hanger. So I'm going to review this one. How much worth is your account? My account. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty strong, but it's all meta stuff. You said second one, okay. So I'm on the second one. Let's look at this one. Sheer perfect. Orion shield piercing, and you got the reload on it. Perfect. If you had a better pilot, I would suggest getting the Gemini damage one implant. Storm ranks on Outlaw, pretty decent. I would suggest getting the Outlaw foul play range implant. Definitely get that one. And you, this is a good setup though. Good setup. Very good setup. You have all three, and then you have the dash distance. I would go for cooldown instead of the dash distance if I could. If you had better implants for the magazine size and the firing rate, you could still go with the damage, or you could put the dash distance in there as well. So you have cooldown, dash distance, firing rate, magazine size. But I will say this under caution and everything, you probably do need all three implants for the burrow beams after this next update they have on the 5th, because the damage is actually going to go down quite significantly. Okay, we got repeaters on the Seeker. I see quite a few people using this. I'm not a big fan of it. You do have the warp bonus damage, which is really good. And you have a warp range. I probably wouldn't want, you don't really want the repeater range. You would probably want the damage here, or you could go with a cooldown. I really suggest that all mechs have a cooldown for their mech. So, any way, shape, or form, like every mech needs a cooldown, because you need to be able to use that ability more frequently, especially with repeaters. Repeaters reload pretty quickly, and you can jump on people quickly if you were wanting to use repeaters. I would suggest possibly using, revokers or storm racks or burrow beams on it as well, if you had another set of them. Charge rockets on Deathwalker, really fun build. You can move around the map quite really fast, and you do have the speed boost and damage, which is perfect. You got a perfect setup here and everything. Just need a little bit better implants. This is perfect setup though. It looks good, dude. You got a great hanger. Like, you know what you're doing for a free to play player, and you looks like this is possibly a second or a third account. You already know what you're doing, and it looks like for your free to play hanger, you are fixing those mistakes you already made on another hanger that you already have, and you're working towards a really meta type hanger when working on this one. It looks good, dude. Good job. Looking sharp. Okay, so we got another one, another review, a hanger. Let me see here. B5i. I don't know how to say that word. There's no like Suta Pab. I don't know how to say it. So I'm not even gonna butcher it. Blue yellow. Okay. So we got this one. This one. I do like Hornets on Outlaw as well. It's just it's trying to shoot over cover or uphills and downhills. You have issues with Hornets, and you have to play with it and try to learn the skills of doing so. Because they don't like to go up fast, and they don't like to go down fast. It's not a trajectory like savants or anything. It's not a trajectory that shoots up and over stuff pretty well. It's pretty line of sight type of thing. Okay, we got Hornets here. I would assume this is your best hanger. I would have seen. Seems to me. That's your first account and it's completely free to play. That's awesome. So now you've done your research on builds and stuff like that, on what works and what doesn't work. That's awesome. No period. I'm snitching. Oh, I'm doing hang reviews. Yeah. Uh, should you get Deathwalker or Sentinel or make Gemini 10 second copy? So out of these and everything, Sentinel would be a good choice, but looking at your levels and everything, the Gemini 10 would be more beneficial. You have it looks like you have quite a few weapons to play around with. So I would say either this Gemini, and that's Gemini, this 10 for the second copy. Do you have anything that could run it? That's the biggest thing. So you could run it on your Outlaw. You can't run it on your Surge. You can't run it on the Seeker. You could run it on your Dreadnought. So you could Outlaw or Dreadnought could use the other than that, you don't have another mech that use it other than this and this. In my opinion, probably not. So what I would recommend is I like Dreadnought, but it's kind of going out of style because of Outlaw. So if I'd rather go for Blizz Frost, in my opinion. I'd go for Blizz Frost. But if I had to choose, I'd probably just go for Citadel. Out of the three things you offered and everything, I'd go for Citadel. But on the other hand, and everything, just so you know, that the buff, the modifiers for Sentinel is going to make it a little bit more weak. So you're not going to be able to play around and run around like you used to with this thing. You're going to have to use it a little bit more strategic. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. This is true, Asphalt. He could get Citadel and a second copy, but if he's waiting for ECRs to get Citadel, he'll need those A coins. You have Volty though. Volty is not that good. That's one mech I probably wouldn't recommend anybody run. Is Blizzfrost free to play? It can be if you get it in the ECR. Dreadnought's nerf hurts, bro. It does hurt, but I'll disagree with you, Night Fury. For lower levels and everything, I think Dreadnought was used as a tanking mech, just like Nomad. It does a ton of damage at low levels with its ability, and it's detrimental to the game if they keep it that way. It doesn't matter if you're higher than 6-star stuff and everything. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Check my in-game message. What do you want? Yo, YouTube streamer, LOL. I see you now live, LOL. Right. Rate my first preset. SB hanger. First hanger. Okay. You got a lot of Geminis. Burrow beams on the Seeker. Good deal. Storm ranks. I would start to get away from the Deathwalker. I would probably put Outlaw in that spot instead, because this is a really good hanger besides the Deathwalker, and especially with the Storm Rex, the reload time is not that good. So when you get system crashed and everything, that reload for the Storm Rex or the ability for the Deathwalker, it's detrimental. The Outlaw is it annihilates this thing. Now you can still play with it and get away with it as long as there's not an outlaw on the field, and you do very well. But as soon as somebody sees you, like players, if they see you with a Deathwalker, they're gonna outlaw you. You're gonna be toast. You got Geminis on Eclipse. That's a hide and seek mech. Geminis on Aegis, which is not bad. I wouldn't quite recommend the Aegis for the Geminis. What Aegis used to be utilized for was for like pushing beacons or protecting your teammates and stuff like that. Not really meant for a camping mech for what you're trying to use it for. Right now, you're using the Eclipse like that. The support type damage roll, and then your Aegis is a support type damage roll. I would recommend, in my opinion, I would go Outlaw here, and then you need another mech to get beacons with. So you have this mech that you can get beacons with, but you don't have one here. You have in here. I mean, you could be sneaky with the Eclipse and get beacons, but that would take a lot. That would take a lot. You see, that's the difference between when you're suggesting me, right? Like your SP for 6K, let's say 6 to 12K SP, right? Everything pretty much works. It just depends on how you play with it. But once you get the highest level of play or anything like that, stuff starts to tend to drop off. So there's a meta that stays focused on. So like right now, burrow beams, storm racks, hornets. I wouldn't say so much pod guns anymore, because hornets have taken that spot, in my opinion. But as you get higher, the less and less stuff works. And for you, I know that you want to stay at the 6 to 7, 8, 9K SP range, and a lot of things work. Like I'm not saying that Aegis Gemini doesn't work. I'm just saying I wouldn't use it. So you asked for my suggestions. Well, I'm going to suggest for the higher level SP most of the time. But I know that everything you got in your hangar works perfectly fine at any SP besides max. Because you would want burrow beams on Surge, you would want burrow beams in Seeker, you could use burrow beams on your Aegis to kind of push the situation. There's a lot of stuff that works. And I gotta remind myself that not everybody is gonna push towards in-game. You know what I mean? So I gotta remind myself to stop just suggesting meta builds, right? And start focusing on what would work for people's SP. So give me some time to adjust to that. MD, we just have a totally different outlook on what you're talking about. When you go into customs, there are some customs that I wouldn't 100% say are competitive. A lot of people, competitive to me is one team using Discord comms, using strategy and stuff, versus another team that's using another comms and stuff. Not a mixed group playing together. A mixed group together are just trying to play to win. They're not really using much strategy or anything like that. They just hop on and they play. But when there's another step above that, when you look at competitive aspect of it. But I'm getting off track. Pretty darn good hangers. I wouldn't really change much. Artemis, it's pretty darn good. Let me keep. I'm trying to keep up with chat. No, my throat gets dry, and it's mostly when like I'm communicating a lot and everything. I need probably need to drink some honey and some tea or something to coat my throat a little bit better. It dries out, so like you hear me coughing and everything else. Another FFA.
Three, two,
Don't tell me I'm over here by myself. Too much. What? Did he just really go right straight after me? Oh, seeker. No. I'm gonna die here. No chance. I had no health left. Stupid. How am I locked down? I can't move.
two, one.
I lost.
You have won the match.
Bluefoot Bill. Right, exactly, MD. They are too greedy for money, and that's why they're changing it up more frequently. I think what happened, in my opinion, is they did this update right, and they lost a ton of players. So, what's the quickest way to make money? Well, let's do it again. Oh, I appreciate you, Galaxy MD, bringing people over to watch the stream. I appreciate that. We don't always seem eye to eye, but that's cool, dude. Like, I would do the same for you. That's why I like on, I think it is my Discord. If you look at videos and streams, you're the only one I promote anymore. I disconnected from Xavier and Platt, but you're the only one I promote anymore. We can all agree Blizz Frost is really good. Blizz Frost is awesome. I would say Blizz Frost is a top 5 mech. Easy. Do you think it has a 6 head? It's not a 4 head?
3, 2, 1, go.
We gotta go for this side. At least I got somebody coming with me. He already used his ability. That's a surge as well. We have a bot going for that beacon. What? Okay. Not bad. Can't shoot him because of this. Be mad if you die too, bud. I told you. Come down here, have some fun too. Protect these beacons. I'm gonna hoard. Ooh. Wait for a second. There we go. No way, right? Get out of here.
You have 2 minutes remaining.
Learn how to get close.
You have 1 life.
You need advice for meta stuff? Like what type of meta are we talking? Are we talking about competing, or are we talking about, you know, towards the end game having fun? You know what I mean? Mech Arena is not an official esport. That's false. It will never be an esport. It's a complete scam, in my opinion. There's no way this game can be esports. The popularity of this game and being competitive, um, there's less than 500 people that are competitive in this game. And I'm talking about tournaments wise and stuff like that, playing in tournaments and stuff like that. Esports is not going to go for a game that has less than 500 people that are very competitive in it. They would go after other titles that they can get thousands of people on board, tens of thousands of people on board to play competitively. So there's, without a doubt, it is not esport friendly. That's for one. Now I will take a look at your hangar and everything. I'm pretty sure you got a pretty decent hangar. If you're a leader of a clan and everything, you should have a decent hangar. You know what I mean? So we're gonna take a look at Night Furies first, and then get to yours. MBDs. See here. This is the highest one. Pretty decent hangar. I still like the Nomad use. It's just becoming more irrelevant because of Blizz Frost. So that's one thing that hesitates me. Lacewing Storm Ranks, really good build. Cooldown. You do need the jump distance on here, so I would probably take out the damage implant and put jump distance. Other than that, it's pretty good. Revokers, Surge. You do have duration on here. You have dash distance, dash EMP. I always like to see cooldown on my mechs, but this will do. This will do just fine. Burrow Beam, Deathwalker. Always, this is a pain to deal with if you don't have Outlaw. It is very painful. Okay, so you have magazine size. You don't really have. Oh, I would probably go with firing rate instead of the magazine size, since you only have one implant to go with. Because you absolutely do need cooldown and you do need duration on the mech. So I probably would go with a firing rate, but this will work. It works just fine. Test it out. Maybe test the theory out of how you play. Maybe change it to fire rate and then change it back to more of a magazine, and see if you like either one better or worse, because people's different play styles can be adjusted to implants and stuff as well. So do you think I should replace Nomad with Blizz Frost? Absolutely. 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 You could either put pretty much anything on Blizz Frost in it, and it's really good. Like Blizz Frost is one mech that's really good. And the one thing I would say is make sure that when you stun something, when you use that ability for Blizz Frost, make sure there's a wall in between you. That way they can't shoot you back. So that's why Storm Racks work well on it. Pretty much every weapon really works well on it. Burrow Beams, Geminis, Hornets, like all kinds of stuff work really well with Blizz Frost. I love Nomad too, don't get me wrong. Nomad is one of my favorite mechs. Nomad is it's not meta anymore. So a lot of competitive players and everything, the only time they use Nomad is literally at the beginning of the match. And that's just to get to beacons really quickly. And they try to grab at least 2 beacons with it and get it out of here. And then they go to a different mech. They don't really use it for countering anything because there's so much stuff that can counter it. So you have Surge, you have Blizz Frost, you have Deathwalkers can kind of counter them, even though Nomad is like the best counter for Deathwalker. But so like if you see a build like Deathwalker Burrow Beams, a Nomad's not going to do anything to that. It's going to die. I do like the Gemini Outlaw. That's pretty good builds. You do have ability cooldown on it. You don't really need the range. The Gemini has plenty of range already. I would probably go with the foul play range. So not the radius, the range. So you can get that up to 30 meters longer because that helps you with the seekers. Also, another build that I've been seeing more frequently is charge rockets on Outlaw. And the reason people are using it is because you can be quick and move away from seekers that are seeking you very quickly. So they can't kill you in one go round. They need multiple attempts. And if you have teammates that are helping you with Outlaw, those seekers will die very quickly. Yeah, the Eclipse meta is over, and it kind of killed. So literally, what's happening is piece by piece. Like Surge isn't as great as it once was. So Surge, a lot of people are using it as beacon grabbers and everything, not really using it as a killer mech anymore, like it's been used in the past. You either see Surges sitting back, being defensive and just shooting beams, or you see them running beacons, and that's it with that. Like, there's no real in between. 2v2, it's really still good. But for CPC, and that's what I mostly talk about is CPC, it's kind of dying off because Blizz Frost kind of is taking the spot of Nomad and Surge. But Surge is still viable. That's an interesting build right there, Orion. With charge rockets, that's got to be fun to play with. So you're going in between this one and this one. Those are 2 good builds. I like this. I like both of them. I just don't like the Tetra rifles. I'm not a big fan of the Tetris. But MD says he loves them. He loves them. Oh, where was the other guy's ID? That other guy we were talking to before. Where is it? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? This Night Furies. Where's that other guy's? I'm missing something. There was another guy that needed. There it is. Thank you, Gladiator. That's who I was looking for. Surgeon, Bulba, Gladiator. So I thought you had a little bit higher SP. I do like the charge rocket eclipse. That's great for moving around the map very quickly and getting beacons. When the charge rockets first came out, this build was probably one of the most annoying builds in the game. Now that a lot more people got charge rockets and everything, it's not as annoying, but still really good. Okay, so you have burrow beams on vortex. What do you have for charge rockets? You have the damage and speed boost. That's both what you need, and you have duration in here. I like the cooldown a little bit better for the charge rockets, just because of the fact that you can get those quick bursts out of the area and move around a little bit more quicker and a little bit more frequently as well. The duration, yes, it's going to help you get from side to side on the map, but you're basically going from beacon to beacon, kind of grabbing beacons a lot quicker. The burrow beam vortex. I'm not a big fan of the vortex. Would like to see. Not really doing meta builds or anything like that. I would rather have a surge here, but that's my opinion. Lace wing. You have the jump distance. You have the damage. You got the radius, reload, and ability damage. That should be cooldown or storm wreck damage, in my opinion. I wouldn't do ability damage just because it's not widely used. You got pod guns on the Hemlock, which isn't bad. So you get the days and EMP duration. So when you're using your EMP in your days in EMP, you gotta wait a second or two before they become dazed or EMP, and then they're in it for longer. It's not bad. And then the reload and damage are perfect implants for pod guns. And then you got the cooldown. Awesome. Not bad, not bad. And then you got strike rockets on Outlaw. Doesn't work on every map, but works pretty good on a lot of maps that are more open. I probably would want to switch the pod guns over to the outlaw. In my opinion, I would want to switch, but then again, strike rockets are do very well with like big open maps where there's not a lot of cover and not a lot of stuff that's going to stop you from shooting upwards. You know what I mean? Not bad though. This is pretty good. Pretty good stuff. I do one recommendation I'm gonna recommend everybody is this galvanic hull. This needs to be the highest tier. It doesn't need to be purple. It needs to be gold. It needs to be that yellow and everything. The canopy is the only one that you can sacrifice and be purple. The galvanic hull it's pretty huge difference between the purple and gold. I call it gold. You might call it yellow, but that's a different story. This ain't bad though. You got some good stuff. You got some really good stuff. Looks like you just need another storm wreck or another missile pilot to help you with this. Other than that, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. Pretty set, man. They're good. What's up? Oh yeah. What's up, Rex? How's it going, bud? Can you do mine? Shiny blue? Let me see here. Take a look. Still haven't finished my tournament yet. We got 4 or 5. I'm sure that's not it. So you either got this one or this one. And I would assume it's this one. I would assume that your main hangar is this one. Is this one. Is Nomad worth putting in hangar now? Depends on your SP level, really. And Nomad's still really good. It's just the higher you go, the less and less people use it. The one with the Eclipse. All right. You got overdrivers on here. The burnout rate, duration, cloak speed. That's all fine. Redeemer. My bad. Redox is on my mind because of the update. Pod guns, damage, cooldown, perfect. You do need a little bit higher pilots. I would recommend not getting the elite ones and going straight for the legendary ones. You're going to save a lot of time and resources that way. I know it might be more expensive and everything else, but over time, it's well worth it. Those resources you put into the epic pilots and everything, you can't get that stuff back. So it's better well off spent if you spend it more onto the legendary ones than on the epic ones. Looks like you need some mods. Other than that, you need the multi-layer shield mods on some of these and everything. Be perfectly fine. You do have damage, cooldown, duration, pretty good combination. Here we ooh. All right, here we go. We need that shield piercing implant. Ryan's shield piercing implant. It's absolute must. If you have an Orion, that implant is more important than anything else you put on this mech. Whether it be the mech, the weapons, or the pilot, or the any other implants, the Orion shield piercing implant is the most important one. 600 A coins, and Orion is OP on anything you put on it. I am surprised the game has not tried to figure out a way to nerf that, but it's 600 A coins and it's well worth it. All you got to do is get to level 5 and you're set and good to go. This Gemini Lacewing, very good Lacewing. You got the damage, reload, and then you got the cooldown time in the mine radius. This is where you would want the jump distance instead of the mine radius. The mines really don't do much. Like, nobody's coming and jumping on your mines very often. So they don't do as much damage. And it's kind of just like a little tickle here, there, tickle there. Even if they do run over them. They're not detrimental to anybody stepping on them as much as your Geminis would be. Yeah, get the legendary ones and the shield piercing implant. Perfect. Don't give them ideas on nerfing it. I'm not trying to. I will say this. I do know that some of the Mech Arena higher ups do watch my streams. But overall, shiny bloke, this is pretty decent. I'm not a big fan of the overdrivers because of direct line of sight of shooting. So I would change that. I would definitely change that. I would probably go with Storm Rex instead of the overdrivers. And that's just completely because I can splash around corners and stuff like that, not putting myself in line of sight. That's right. Orion is OP forever. It's one of the mechs that doesn't go away. Like, this mech will last you free to play for the ends of all time. Like, this mech is not going anywhere. Now, would I like an upgraded version? Maybe a legendary version of it? Yes, I would. But other than that, it's not going anywhere, and it's totally free to play, and awesome to play as well. Raju, in the robot hangar you reviewed at the start, what should I try to get next? I don't remember exactly what you had. A lot has happened since then. Looked at a lot of people's hangars. If you would like me to look at your hangar again and give you a tip on maybe what I would work on next, I can do that. Yeah, just try it out. If you don't like it, you can always go back. You know what I mean? If it's not working for your playstyle, then always change it back. Like, take what, because I'm looking at your hangers like I'm playing the match. You know what I mean? But your playstyle and my playstyle may not be the same. And so I'm gonna, suggest things that I like or what I've seen in competitive gameplay. you think you think Tail Sting is going to be the legendary version of Orion? That would be crazy. I mean, it would be pretty darn cool if it was. So this is the hanger that I would change this seeker. I would probably put revokers on it. And the reason I say that is outlaws can't crash you. If they do crash you, you do double damage with the revokers. So that's what I would change on this. The outlaw, you do have the shield piercing, so you're good to go there. That's going to be an everlasting mech that's really good. But that's the biggest suggestion I would go with for you is legendary pilots, and change this to revokers. Repeaters might do really well at your level, but the higher you go, the less and less it's going to be doing it as good. I have seen repeaters do very well in some instances, but they have to jump on something that doesn't have mods. If it has mods, the repeaters just kind of like tickle it and ends up either dying or going back and have to redo it all over again. Now with revokers, on the other hand, you can at least try to eat through those shields and stuff a little bit quicker. You don't deal the damage quick enough. Okay. See, that's the difference between where you're at and where I'm at. You know what I mean? So the ideas of things a little bit change. Or you do you have 8s of burrow beams? If well, that's the thing, is like, if I suggest burrow beams and everything, they are getting a slight nerf. See, that's what's so hard, is like when you're content. I'm not even a content creator for MA, but just doing content in general, trying to suggest builds that are not going to get nerfed or maybe take a hit in the next update or something like that is really complicated right now. For the past, what is it, the past 8 months or whatever, that it has been very difficult to suggest builds. So what you're seeing with a lot of content creators, they're not really suggesting builds on what people should and shouldn't do and everything like that. Well, okay. So if it's not doing very well for you, then don't do it. Yeah, burrow beams, in my opinion, yeah, they are taking a big nerf. But I would just go. This is what I would do: is instead of making any changes to your hanger or whatever, go for the legendary pilot. That will greatly increase your damage overall on anything you put these pilots on. So I would recommend doing that. That's what I would recommend before doing anything else. You say good, it's boring watching people run 3 burrow beam weapons. Well, I run 2. So the game, they're trying to make it more strategic. But they're also taking away brawling. So brawling is a part of strategic gameplay as well. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. Should I put disruptors on Outlaw? I've never used disruptors on Outlaw. So that I wouldn't be able to advise on that. Now, if you had Hornets, I would probably put it on Outlaw, and then Storm Rex on Deathwalker, most definitely, or vice versa. And a lot of people are doing that. MD, they're running multiple Gemini builds. A lot of people are doing that. Malnor, that's what I'm thinking too. Is it's getting to a point where you don't want to run multiple of the same weapons in your hangar. And I think you got something right there that I've thought of too, is because before I was thinking, man, I want to run 3 burrow beams. I'm going to run it on Sentinel, Blizzfrost, Surge, and I'm going to be just a straight up brawler, killer and everything. But I've later changed, and I wanted charge rockets on Blizzfrost at first. Well, I didn't seem to like that well, but burrow beams on Blizzfrost for me worked really well. And then charge rockets on Sentinel, since I'm able to move that quickly and slow a lot of people down, it just goes hand in hand and it works really well. Right. If you have to dip into, I agree with that, Mike. I agree with that. If you have to dip into purple pilots, well, I will say this. So when a new mech or a new weapon comes out and everything, and people heavily invest in them, just like they did with the burrow beams, having 3 pilots of burrow beams was an advantage for them because people didn't know how to deal with them at the time. So because they did so much damage so quickly and everything that it kind of threw people off for a loop. Kind of like when charge rockets came out. Charge Rock as people were running Eclipses, Nomads, Citadels, Blizzfrost. They were just running all kinds of crazy builds that can move very quickly, and people didn't know how to deal with them as at that time. Now that we've had them in the game for a while, people have learned to deal with these a lot more frequently. There's a lot of stuff that's underrated. Uh, right, and suppressors are one of them. Suppressors, the 16s do a lot of damage. Me myself, the mech that's done the best for me in any game mode is these Hornet 16s on Deathwalker. I love this build. It's one of my builds that is my go-to builds if I absolutely need. Citadel is gone, Blizzfrost's gone, Surges, or anything. Like, if I need to take something out that's being a pushing threat, this build is the one I go for. Or if I need to take out Lace Wings or something, this is the build I go to. So overall, this is the build that I've been going to a lot. Need want to play and talk at the same time. I'm not very good at doing that. Like I can only do one or the other. Like when I play games and stuff, like it's very difficult for me to communicate with the chat because I straight deadline focus in on the game.
Three, two, one, go. Let's get things started.
Not hurt enough that should get it. Oh, I hope somebody gets them. Nobody's getting them. Nope. Oh, his teammate blocked him too. And somebody froze me.
Three, two, one.
Let's move a little bit quicker here. Oh, Granny sent me just blasting the crap out of me. This build is brutal. Mm-hmm. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Three, two, one.
Comeback story? Comeback story? Let's do it. Did you move? He got me. He got me. So the biggest threat over here is this guy right here, right? Take him out. Good luck.
Three, two, one.
That's it.
You
GG's.
match.
Citadel is a great mech, dude. I love it right now. But you take away, look at my bot. Look at that bot. Outplayed me. The bots never skip leg day before they used to go to the gym. That's hilarious. That is sent by Granny. Dude, just he sent me home, I'll tell you that. That was a crazy build. They got a Death Walker off the start, off the rip.
One, go.
Well, get out of my way so I can slow that Death Walker down.
Welcome to Deep Nation!
Well, thanks for joining, bud. Double Deathwalkers. Let's see if what we can do here. You bots, get out of the way. Bots. I appreciate it so much. Shooting the wall. Okay, you're doing great. Move! Oh, I'm getting tore up this round. I'm getting torched. Okay. They're gonna go to that double Deathwalker. Get the fuck out of the way. Triple Deathwalker. Jeez. How can you compete with that? A triple Deathwalker? Straight up killing me. Nobody watching my back. This guy walks straight into our home field and just does whatever he wants, and then my bots suck balls. Oh, 11 and 4, huh?
2, 1. Defeat.
Outplayed. Outplayed. I bet you they're playing together. Looks like they're squadding up. Well, I didn't lose any points, so came in first, so I'm good. Tournament is over. I think it an achievement though. Not much of an achievement. We finished the daily for this. We do have enough to spend. Let's get some A coins. Please, give me some A coins. Where is Orion Gemini? I don't really use it. Ooh, we got more tokens. Let's spin again. 8 coins. Cross your fingers. No, just some credits. I'll take the credits too. The Bliss Russ was suffering from bumps more than the damage, and still good. Still good. If you have a strong team with you, you know, they can do a lot more damage and everything. It just all depends on who you have with you. The A-Coin God is always sleeping. Yeah, it's very rare that I get A-Coins from there anymore. Maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe. And it's usually like the 300 one, or yeah, not very often anymore. Thanks for the help, Nightbot. It's hilarious. What's up? 2 weeks is nice. It is nice. It doesn't. I'm not saying it happens every 2 weeks, but maybe once every 2 weeks. Now I gotta save up my credits and A coins just in case of a chance of getting the new mech or weapons or something like that. So I can at least try to test them out and everything. If I get them. You bought the legendary reload in my first battle. With it, I got 13 kills while not dealing any damage at all. Yeesh. You're welcome. You get A coins from the vault like once a month. That's what it seems to be trending. Now, I was hoping, like, tournament, like, they didn't just knock down the rewards for A coins, so, like, you don't get them if you lose, but they also knocked it down to where you don't get very many Fortune Vault keys anymore. You get 8 a day. You were getting like 3 or 4 Fortune Vault keys before. And so those are subtle, like, nerfs, like they're doing, and they're like giving you A coins, giving you A coins, giving you A coins, and then all of a sudden, not so much anymore. So even if you lose or whatever, you were still getting 2 to 4 Fortune Vault keys, which could end up being giving you chances to get 8 coins. Now that they nerfed this as well, it's not as good. A Stealer award? So kill stealing award? That'd be pretty funny. I appreciate it. How do you say your name? Skypa? Skypa? I appreciate it, bro. Galaxy, you have the Equines God captured. Let us get some blessings too. You get that kill. You get that award if you kill 3 mechs with 5% health or less. That's pretty. Yeah. Well, not only that, it's like people steal kills and stuff like that, and then their stats look good because they got 8 Qs, 2 beacons that map. Well, most of your kills were because somebody else did most of the damage, and then you took a couple of the kills. So on average, the points is a little bit different. You expect a Tetra rifle promotion very soon? I thought you were sticking with the Geminis. What about Gemini? You're not going to stick with it? Dang. You saying sayonara to the Geminis and going straight Tetra rifle? I agree, MZ. Like assists in tournaments and assists matter more than kills sometimes. Because if you can help assist with a multitude of kills, that's pretty darn good. That's being a good teammate. But a lot of people aren't going to see that. They're just going to look at kills, They're not looking at assists. They'll just be like, well, that guy got 12 kills. Well, MZ got 7 assists. You know what I mean? That means 7 mechs that he helped kill. I think that is more viable. It is true. It is true. Very true. No joke on that. Let's see here. We don't have nothing we can spend for. I thought about spending for these and getting the 16 energy weapons and stuff, but I don't quite want them. It'd be cool to have and everything, but is it worth 4,000 A coins? Probably a lot cheaper than buying them later, but at this time, there's really not much 16 energy mechs or 32 energy mechs that are out there that are really any good. Now, if they are buffing Redox, this one is a 32 energy mech, and you might want some of those weapons. So because Redox using its ability plus a compound beam on it would be pretty darn interesting to deal with and very difficult to deal with. You got the stasis from its effect itself, plus you're going to get the stasis and EMP from the weapon, the compound beam. Emits a chemical burst that applies stasis and a corrosion effect to enemy enemies, slowing and damaging them. That would be one crazy combination. Redox with compound beams. I bet you we're going to see that. People try that quite frequently. What's your tournament history? So you're currently 309. Last time you were Grand Masters. I've always known you as really good at 5v5. And I know you play a lot of we can't count past this. So we're only looking at these two, right? You got 146 wins out of 160 battles. Pretty darn good. Gemini's probably helped you tremendously in these battles. Yeah, and the Solus won't be ability spamming anymore, which is a good and a bad thing at the same time. And Galaxy, you're doing very good. You're definitely good at getting kills and everything. No doubt about it. I think your more of your lines of play is more support though. I've never seen you really do a lot of brawling. Ooh, what's that? Galaxy's pretty popular. I'm surprised he ain't a content creator already. Sparky wins. Let's take a look. He's got a 5'8" here. 5'7". If he would switch out the Mimicker for Lacewing, I would probably think that this is his main hanger. If he had Lacewing in here. Because I really like this combination. This is a really good outlaw build. Pod guns, very strong. I see a lot of more people going towards Hornets on it now, but the pod gun outlaw is really versatile. It's a very good mech. Burrow Beam Blizzfrost, always a very good one. Let's take a look at this. He does have the foul play range. He does have the cooldown for it. Reload damage, perfect. Just need better implants, that's all. He does have all the legendary except for this one for pilots. But wait a minute. He does have the warp range and bonus damage. Those are two good ones. If he had the legendary, he could put the cooldown implant on here and be a very quick mech to get back into that cooldown so you can jump on more players. That would be really good. Mimicker. I'm not a big fan of Mimicker. I know some people can get it to work pretty well and some people can't. It depends on how you play it. I would rather have Lacewing here, in my opinion. Stormwreck damage radius and cool. You got the reload on here, that's perfect. You got ability duration. I've never really messed with Mimicker too much, so I can't really suggest too much on that. I can suggest the weapons, but not the way the play style of Mimicker is. You still got Revokers on here, which is perfectly fine. He has the perfect set for this, the dash distance. I love the dash distance. But there are sometimes I miss the dash radius. There are sometimes I miss that. But really good. You got a good setup here, man. Very good setup. Very good. Impressive, bro. Impressive. Oh, thanks, MZ. I appreciate it. Take it easy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up with it. I got other games I'm gonna be streaming too, but mainly for the times I normally stream for Mech Arena Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Those aren't going to change. But I will be streaming other games at night. So if you want to check out the Division Resurgence, I would highly recommend it. I think it's a really good one. It also gets into a lot of builds, and it's free to play. You don't have to spend a penny on this game. Like it's just grind it and you do very well. Bro, the other guy in my clan is my BFF. Please check his hanger. What's up, Royal Gamers? How's it going, bud? I don't know, man. This has been interesting, to say the least. A lot of changes coming. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest takeaway of this game is it's continually going to evolve, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because too many changes too quickly can throw people away. They throw people off and not want to play. Thanks, MZ. I appreciate it, bud. You take it easy, and I'll see you around, bud. So I think that's it for me too. Like I don't have much else to do. That's all I really do anymore is come in, I play tournament, and then I log off. I don't really play too much more. Gazar, how's it going, bud? You said hanger review. I'll take a look. Anik, who's your friend's ID? Let me take a let me see what it is. He's got, let's see here. You have this hanger and this hanger. He really likes the disruptor. I will say this. I will be checking out other builds and stuff. I'm gonna be trying some different things. I'm not gonna try to keep up with the meta as much, but I will be trying to try out different builds. I really think I need to do that. So I don't know which hanger. Which hanger are you preferring me to look at? I usually do CPC hangers, if that's what you want to look at. I'll always take a look at this. He does have the Orion shield piercing level 5. Perfect. Perfect. You don't need the range. You need a cooldown here. And this is a sniper pilot, not a guided pilot. But it's cool to get it upgraded and stuff too, if that's what you're working on. The first one? Okay. So this one, you got the Nomad. Yeah, you looking needing cooldowns. So you can use your ability more often. I'm not a big fan of range, but I understand why people use it.
Welcome to Deep Nation!
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub. I like cooldowns, so I can use my ability more often. Some people do like range, so they can pick people apart a little bit. Deathwalker, Stormrax, always a great build, and you do have the cooldown here and duration. you have perfect setup for that. You have reload, damage, and radius. Not a bad build either. Then you have Sentinel, Burrow Beams, the Seismic Magazine, Seismic Field Cooldown. That's good. You have Duration. You could not even go for duration. You could go for, excuse me. You could go for damage, fire rate, and magazine size here. So you kill stuff a little bit faster. That's what I would suggest instead of the duration. But this is a good hanger. You guys all have really good hangers. As you've done for the mods and stuff, for all the other ones and everything, I'm guessing this is one of your favorite mechs is Redeemer. And that's perfectly fine. That's a pretty decent mech. As you did for this one and everything, the only one that I would slack on and make purple is always just the canopy. Always just the canopy. The rest of them need to be the legendary ones. Please check the second one. Charge rockets on Parasite is annoying. When they do that 50% cooldown on abilities and everything, this mech is so good. Like this mech, this hanger looks like it's set up for the 50% cooldown. Sentinel's crazy. Parasite, Hemlock, Blizz Frost, Mimicker, like all these mechs are very good for using that 50% cooldown. This is a close range pilot. So you really do need a guided legendary pilot. You are using 2 here and 1 here. You absolutely need to invest in a legendary guided pilot. If you did that, this build would be OP. This Orion build right here, OP. Even if you used it like you are here and everything, it would boost the damage so much more, so much higher, and you would get probably a little bit more kills with them, even though you probably still do pretty well with them. Backbenchers, I don't know what that means. But this does look like a big, heavy support hanger, in my opinion. Yeah, you do absolutely need to get a guided pilot. Other than that, you look like you're doing pretty decent on your setups and stuff like that. Like, I love this Burrow Beam Blizz Frost. That's one of my favorite builds. If you had Hornets, I would say this would be a beast for Hornets. Even the Redeemer with Hornets would be crazy good. But overall, you got your head on your shoulders on builds and everything. Doing very well. Who is this guy? What's he want? Backbenchers? Who the hell? I don't even know what that means. Let's look it up for the class. Backbenchers. Backbenchers. What's that mean? Backbenchers are elected members of the legislature. Like the UK Parliament or other Westminster systems, who do not hold government official or lead the position. They sit in the rows of the benches behind party leaders and ministers, and are primarily focused on representing their constitution. I can't speak right now. And serve on committees. Huh. So we're high and mighty. Oh, all right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I appreciate the compliment. At least we're on the committee, you know what I mean? All right. I think this is time for me to stop, and I'll be back Thursday to start up again. And we'll take this up and we'll move it on to Thursday. And I got to get busy, get to work, and everything. And I'll talk to you guys later. And until next time, peace.